Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some more G3 prototypes because I found some photos that I haven't discussed on this channel yet. And by I found, I mean that I saw them on social media. I don't know where people get these pictures from, so all I can do is credit the people that find them. These were all found by the account AllMHData on Instagram, so that's where I got these photos from. I don't know where they found them, but if any of you know, feel free to tell me in the comments. I'm interested in knowing where this stuff shows up from. I believe sometimes it's found in like designer portfolios and such. Yeah. So with that all said, let's begin. So we've already discussed some prototypes on my channel, for instance, this Cleo, this Toralei, and this Draculaura. We've also talked extensively about this image. Unfortunately, the dolls in this image still haven't been found aside from Draculaura. I really want to see this Frankie and this Claudine in full someday. I'm just very interested in seeing what they look like in, you know, like complete, because all we can see is them from the waist up. So, yeah, but today we got some more stuff to talk about. So first up, we have what seems to be a scrapped G3 Cleo and Deuce 2-pack. So something interesting about this to me is that this seems to have maybe been thought up before the 2-pack that the two received just this year. What the hell was that pack called? I don't know, but it was like a Valentine's Day 2-pack with Cleo and Deuce, like, quote-unquote, getting back together. So, like, this really reminds me of that. I don't know, it does. But, yeah, this is one of the things that was leaked, and I'm guessing that this was designed before Cleo and Frankie were confirmed to be a couple, before Cleo and Frankie were decided on, rather than Cleo and Deuce happening again in G3. I love Clanky, by the way. I think they're really cute together. I don't know, I think it would work in G1 too, but in G3 I definitely like it a lot. But yeah, this pack seems like it would have come with a lot of stuff. Cleo looks very pretty, and I'd honestly really like to see this base doll be used again, this base idea. If anything, the base Cleo here kinda resembles Fabulous Pets Cleo. I don't know, like the bangs, the high ponytail. I really just kind of get Fabulous Pets vibes. Even the pink lips, you know? As for Deuce, this user on Twitter actually noted that a lot of things do seem to have been reused. Like, this pack was intended to come out. A lot of the things from it did get used elsewhere. For example, Skulltimate Secrets 1 and 2, Cleo featured some of these accessories in Coffee Break Deuce. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting to think about. Coffee Break Deuce actually resembles this look here quite a lot, I would say. Like, I don't know, just a lot about this Deuce in particular reminds me of his Coffee Break doll. And Cleo, obviously, we can see that the shoes were reused, the purse, I don't know what that eye is called, but that purse was definitely reused. We saw it in this photo. It's just interesting. It's interesting to think what could have been. It's also kind of fascinating that Cleo and Deuce were initially intended to be together again, but they decided on something else. Honestly, I'm glad they decided on something else. I feel like to truly stand on its own, G3 should definitely pivot away from G1 in some ways. Like, for instance, they're already setting up Draculaura and Claude to become a couple again, and Heath and Abby as well. So I'm happy that they did something else with Cleo, just because, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as G1 in my opinion. Also, non-binary lesbian representation thanks to Frankie. That's pretty awesome. This Draculaura was also found. Again, this was found by AllMHData, and this seems to be an early version of Draculaura's, I keep wanting to call it the Draculaura, it's the Gorganizer. So basically the design looks pretty similar, it just seems like a couple colors were changed. Like Draculaura's fishnet top ended up being black rather than white, and she did not come with socks like that. Although the socks are pretty cute, kinda sucks that we lost those. The bangs look a lot cuter as well. I really like the side swept look, but you know, I'm still happy with what we got. It also seems like there was supposed to be 2 stampers, and the earrings. The earrings are different. Those are really cute, actually. I'd really like to get bat wing hoops like that at some point. It'd be super cute. I also saw this bizarre Cleo that I have never seen before in my life. I don't know where this prototype came from. I just found this, again, from the same user that I've mentioned. I saw a post compiling a lot of the things that they posted, and this was among them. Yeah, I don't know. This one kind of reminds me of that full Cleo image that we had that was like censored, if you guys remember that. I actually got copyright strikes for showing that in a video back in the day. But you know, it had Cleo in her box, but like she was whited out and you could only see like the accessories. She kind of looks like that Cleo. We also got some interesting images like this. So I've already discussed the dolls that are being shown in this image, but I wanted to talk about the accessories because the reason these images caught my attention was due to them. So it's kind of fun to see what was changed, what always existed and was intended to come with the G3 core collection. For instance, Frankie did not receive that backpack. I believe it was changed to a lightning bolt, but they kept the pizza, Polaroid cameras, the phone, obviously, and the jacket even stayed pretty similar. I believe they even ended up coming with similar glasses. Yeah, it's just interesting to me to see how many things seem to have been ironed out, even while they were still, like, experimenting with face molds and the bodies. Although, this Frankie prototype, the body is definitely the final one. Like, I don't know, the hands seem to be the same size. The only difference, I would say, is that the neck seems to be longer than it ended up being on the final doll. The leg proportions look very similar. Like, I don't know, the bodies almost seem like they were finalized here, but everything else wasn't, because Frankie did end up receiving a different head mold, for example. But then you have Cleo, who has the same face mold that she ended up getting. Like, I'm like 90% sure that this is Cleo's face mold, but then you see everything else that she came with was basically ironed out. She came with the same wrap, the same sarcophagus, it's a pun. The same pyramid backpack, same jacket, same glasses, but everything else about the doll changed except for her earrings. She came with a completely different outfit, completely different shoes, she didn't have the bracelet, and she ended up having a headband instead of, well, it's still a headband, but you know what I mean. I don't know, I just really want this Cleo outfit to be released, basically. I never said that. Why did I just act like I had already said that in the video? Yeah, I love this Cleo outfit, though. I definitely think we deserve, like, a budget doll or something wearing this outfit. It would be cute. This Claudine is also interesting to me because, again, everything about this doll is basically identical to her final release, except for the jersey. She didn't end up coming with that. Her extra piece ended up being the fur that she's wearing here. Which, by the way, the fur seems to be like a full-on jacket here. That's interesting to note because Claudine's fur that she did come with was more of like a vest. You know, it didn't have sleeves, but this seems to have sleeves. It's very puffy. Also, the head here is completely different. The glasses are different. It's just kind of interesting to me. I don't know, I keep saying that, but it is. It fascinates me. Like, to think that it's basically almost the same as what Claudine's core doll did end up turning out like, but there's just so many minor differences. Like, even her jewelry is still gold here. Like, her earrings are still gold here, but on the final doll, they ended up being changed to black. It makes me wonder, like, why were such subtle changes made, you know? And of course, we got this picture of Lagona, who is the first doll here to come with a different pair of sunglasses, because they all came with sunglasses. Though I guess Claudine's glasses were different too. They ended up changing the sculpt a bit. But Lagona has like a completely unique sculpt for her sunglasses that was completely unused. She also was originally supposed to come with a two-piece bathing suit that I have to say is a lot cuter than the one piece she ended up coming with. It also seems like they might not have had time to change the design of it because the swimsuit pictured here definitely works a lot better with blue-skinned Lagona than it does with pink-skinned Lagona. So I think that might explain why it ended up being so clashy on the final doll. That's the way I see it, at least, because I always thought that piece was very clashy. It didn't go with her very well. I think I even said that back in my review of her, but I don't remember. I just think that's what I said. I could be wrong. Maybe I defended it. I don't know. But I don't do that anymore. I don't defend it any longer. But yeah, I think it makes sense, because if that was originally intended for when Lagona still had blue skin, then it definitely explains why it doesn't work as well with her pink skin, because they kind of changed everything else about this Lagona design, I would say, to compensate for the pink skin. I don't know. And Draculaura is the most different. She had a completely different belt. Her backpack was a lot cuter. I have to say I much prefer the black coffin backpack. That's really cute. She also had a very cute cape. It was black and yeah, I like it a lot. It even has like the little vampire wing bow. She did end up having that in her final release, if you guys don't remember. But I believe it was black instead. Yeah, she had a black bow instead. Here it was pink. I don't like this Draculaura prototype. Facially, she's my least favorite, other than Claudine. But, yeah, I don't know. I do think that this outfit is really cute. I like it a lot. I like the skirt. I like the leggings. I like the shoes. I really, really like the shoes. That's a super cute sculpt for her shoes. Also, it kind of horrifies me that the pretzel with eyeballs, the worst piece Draculaura came with, that's something that's been around. Like, that's something that they really wanted to do. They knew that they wanted her to come with that stupid fucking pretzel. I hate that pretzel so much. I'm the pretzel's biggest hater. Like, nobody hates that stupid thing more than me. But yeah, that's everything that I wanted to discuss. I thought these pictures were super interesting because, again, it's fun to see, like, how much was finalized this early on. Because a lot of the dolls have different face sculpts. I'm interested in finding out when this Frankie and this Draculaura face sculpt, like, got replaced by the finalized ones. I really wish there was, like, a documentary dedicated to, like, G3 and, like, its development, because that would be so fascinating. I really wish more of this stuff was made public. It feels like the only time we get prototype stuff like this is when the designers either, like, willingly reveal it or when it gets leaked. Because I'm pretty sure this stuff was all leaked. I also really want to know, like, about this pack. Like, I really need to know if dolls of it exist. Because, as we mentioned, a lot of the things from this pack, well, not all of it, but, like, a couple things from this pack were produced and repurposed for other dolls. So it makes me wonder, like, were physical dolls of this 2-pack ever produced, and will we ever see them? You know? I think it'd be cool if we did. So I'm gonna call it here. Definitely feel like I've rambled on long enough, but honestly, I could go on about prototypes all day. I wouldn't say anything useful. I would just keep saying, this is so cool, this is so interesting, even though I don't actually make it sound interesting. But yeah, it's just a topic that really interests me. I really hope that we can see more about the development of G3 someday. I really would like a timeline, honestly. Like, I want to know, like, I need to know when these were supposed to happen. I really want to know about these. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm interested in seeing what you guys have to say, so feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!